back to Daybreak USA with Rod and Ray, and now it's time for Weather with a Beat. Seattle, 81 and sunny. Portland, 63 the same. 95 in Sacramento, 68 in San Francisco, 89 in LA, 85 in San Diego. You'll reach 107 in Las Vegas, 109 in Phoenix, 87 and a thunderstorm in Albuquerque, 81 and clear in Denver, 102 in Salt Lake City, 79 degrees and sunny in Omaha, Nebraska, 84 and sunny in Topeka, and in Oklahoma City, a high of 89. In Texas, 87 in Amarillo, 96 in Houston, 96 with thunderstorms in Dallas, 87 in thunder boomers in New Orleans, 88 and clear in Little Rock, 81 in thunderstorms in St. Louis, 75 and sunny in Chicago, 78 and rain in Indianapolis, 86 a thunderstorm in Atlanta, 90 and sunny in Miami, 90 a thunderstorm in Charlotte, 92 with thunder boomers in Roanoke, 93 with thunderstorms in the nation's capital, 91 in Philadelphia with thunderstorms, 81 with thunderstorms in New York City, New York, and 82 and thunder boomers in Boston. And that's Monday's Weather with a Beat.
Daybreak USA, I'm Jet Williams, and you are in the jet stream. Port Rush, that's what the Irish call wind. Shane Lowry slugged through the wind and the rain and the wind, finishing the final round of the British Open at 1 over to finish at 15 under, beating out Tommy Fleetwood by 6 shots at a very, very windy Port Rush. I can't tell you how windy it was. The Open slammed shut early on Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Rory McIlroy. All of them missed the cut. Going now to baseball, enter Sandman. Yankees closer Mariano Rivera headlined the ceremony at Cooperstown. The Sandman, the only player to ever be unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame, where Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, Roger Clemens, and others denied, and I think we know why. Going now to the board, the O's beat the Red Sox, Tigers get over on the Jays, Stros beat the Rangers, Tribe get over on the Royals, Rays beat the White Sox, Twins get over on the A's, Halos deep six the Mariners. National League action. Cards beat the Reds. Philadelphia swashbuckles the Pirates. Giants dwarf the Mets. Milwaukee takes care of the Diamondbacks. Braves beat the Nats. Padres beat the Cubs. The Dodgers reel in the Fish. Interleague, cover your ears. The Rocks roll past the Yankees to round out the board. Now that sound that you hear in the background is the sound of the wind at Port Rush. It's also the sound of the jet stream as it passes by on this Monday morning. I now look down at my watch and plainly see it's now 35 minutes after the hour here on Daybreak USA.
Money, 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 money. You gotta have it. When you need it, what do? If you don't have a rich uncle, call Lending Tree. With us, hundreds of banks compete for your business, so you'll get loans with competitive interest rates, and in some cases, with no closing costs. So here's the deal. If you need money, call us. Do you want to refinance your current loan? Are you 62 or older and interested in a reverse mortgage? Then call Lending Tree now. 800-634-1315. 800-634-1315. We've closed over $250 billion in loans. We know what we're doing and can help you. Call right now for a free quote. 800-634-1315. 800-634-1315. 800-634-1315. That's 800-634-1315. NMLS number 1136.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-605-6995 immediately. That's 800-605-6995. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-605-6995 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-605-6995. That's 800-605-6995. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-605-6995 for your free author submission kit.
Welcome back
Good to have you with us at 23 minutes before the hour.
Ooh, it's time to place your next hour here.
Some commentary from people who went to the border recently, including Representative Dean Phillips. He went to the border in Texas.
I went to the border for the second time, actually, in about a month, this time with 15 of my colleagues, Democrats and Republicans. We went with eyes wide open, and what we saw, you're a parent and so am I, and I will tell you that the lens through which I view everything that I see at our southern border right now is as a parent, and also as a great-great-grandson, a family that came over from Eastern Europe in the 1890s through a system that I think worked better then than it does now. And what we saw was painful. I'm a human being, and I think every nation and every culture should be judged by how it treats children, not just our own, but all around the world. And you can imagine how painful and emotional it is to see kids in very difficult conditions. But I also saw hopefulness, and I want to reflect on that too, because in the midst of all the despair, I saw young kids with possibility in their eyes, and I believe that the risks that they're taking to even come here begs for our Congress to do better by them, by people in our own country right now. And that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to do it in a way that hasn't been done before, which is instead of just express outrage, which is easy, is to sit down with one another, Democrats and Republicans, set aside the swords, and come to resolution. And that's what we're trying to inspire.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wow,
and maybe
someone that
get
made
something
sense.
done. I really hate to break through
Yeah.
the fourth wall there, but maybe that's what we're supposed to be doing, is getting things done. Got a couple more birthdays for you
yes,
later
but
on in
if
the
I
show.
could add this quickly. I mean, the job title when we elect representatives is to govern.
Yes, and they haven't been doing that.
No.
Plain and simple. Today is the birth date of the mother of John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Rose Kennedy, born this day in 1890.
I love Mother Rose.
Thank you. To Bobby, Jack, and Teddy's mom. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
Pretty good.
That was
Pretty
old
good
mom's
sons there.
mom.
That's she worked hard there. She got those three guys through school and made quite names of themselves.
She taught me how to drive.
Oh, John.
So anyhow,
No, Teddy.
No, Teddy.
Oh, Teddy. Oh, Teddy. Oh.
But she wasn't seen much because she was an
Busy?
older mom. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, John was the middle boy, and he was 42 when he was elected president, so she was probably already 70 by the time he was elected.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1960, we really forget this. In 1960, 70 was old.
Oh, 50 was old in 1960.
Not really.
To me, it was.
Well, to you were 14.
All I can tell you is how I see the world with my eyes.
Yeah, but I'm saying
50 was old.
50 was old. People retired at 55.
Yeah,
Now they
that's
retire
right.
at 70.
That's right.
So there's 15 years difference.
Hey, Rod.
Yes.
You know what's always struck me about Rose Kennedy, and I'm not going to go into Ted Kennedy voice here, but there's the audio, and it's out there. You can find it on YouTube easily, when it was then President Johnson who had called her from Air Force One. And her level of... After my mic goes out, thank you.
Yes.
Her level of composure was always amazing to me. Her son was just murdered, and she's being so gracious to the new president, not an hour even after her son's death. That always blew my mind.
Well, there's so many things there. I guess
Strength.
people in that category are brought up to handle those kind of situations that I always...
Stiff
When
upper
Bobby
lip.
Kennedy spoke at Jack Kennedy's funeral, not only, he wasn't only his brother, if he was only the secretary underneath that president, but he was much more than the secretary under that president. He was his brother. to be able to even formulate a sentence, not to mention be eloquent, not to mention being watched by the entire world, and not, I was going to say, the entire free world, not only the free world. The USSR was watching. Communist China was watching. Even the people that aimed the missiles at us in Cuba were watching. Or as Mr. Kennedy would have said, Cuba. But think about that. Not only the man who was third in command, or fourth in command, rather, to take over the presidency, but his brother.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
And it wasn't
an
like he had
story.
passed unexpectedly.
Yeah,
The way he was
no,
murdered.
he did pass unexpectedly.
Well, yes, he did, but I mean from health problems, or someone unexpectedly dies. It was a terrible murder.
It was a very psychologically
public,
depleting,
terrible
and
murder.
As Chris said with Rose, same thing.
Yes.
But I think these people, I hate to say this because it sounds very robot-esque, but the fact that these people are able to contain themselves in these situations.
Called compartmentalizing.
And once again, look at the strength of everyone involved.
And it's not easy.
When Lady Di died.
Compartmentalizing.
Her sons.
Even the children were taught to do that.
Her sons at 10,
yeah,
10
Harry and
12
William
years
both.
old, or
That's
whatever they
part
were.
of the...
I guess it is.
It is. You learn to compartmentalize, but at that moment, somehow you manage to handle it. I can't do it. I don't have the ability.
I don't know if you're less human because of it, if you're more programmed, or if it's just part of your schooling, just like you learn to speak French in 7th grade. I don't know.
You know what?
I'm
It's
not
part.
sure.
You know what? It is part of your psychological mapping. I mean, you guys know today, 4 years ago, I lost my mother, and listen, those first few hours, I was very stone cold. I mean, and I had to be because I had to make decisions. Because here it was. I found her gone. She had already expired by the time I found her, so I'm having to make these decisions. And I had no time to grieve.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it happens sometimes.
I'm the kind of person that I respond well in panic situations, and then
fall
after
apart
they're all
later.
done, I fall
Yeah.
apart. Rod and Ray are on the radio. Quarter before the hour on
Daybreak, USA.
Does your
Welcome back.
If you only knew what we were
USA.
in the parade.
I hope our engineer is still okay. Captain Chris? Aye, you okay?
This modern technology, Ray.
I know.
We have gone too
we're
far.
so lucky to have
We'll
had
let
it.
everybody in on the joke, because it's not good to have inside jokes on radio shows. But we shared, through modern telephony, known as the interweb thing, a picture
Technology,
of the girl.
not telephony.
Well, it's partly telephony, you know.
Well, okay. All right.
I showed Chris a picture of the girl who killed this Army veteran who dedicated
Yes. Said he
his life,
Right.
would give
fought
his life
ISIS, no
to
less.
this country to protect people,
and gets taken out.
by this girl who has ugly on reserve. Okay.
Well, now come on. That was her mugshot. She was probably a doll when she got herself all made up.
I'm sure that she was just beautiful when she was made up. Yeah. So was Peter Boyle in Young Frankenstein. But that's another story for another time.
By the way, all right, I'm gonna pull you out before you get yourself into trouble
What?
if it's not too late already.
No.
Radio Shack is being kind of reborn. Remember?
Oh, good. 'Cause
Yes.
there's some things I need, and I've been waiting to get them. Until they went back in
okay.
business.
It will be called Radio Shack Express. Store within a store. They're in cahoots now with 100 Hobbytown stores across the U.S.
Well, Hobbytown is owned by the Tandy Corporation, which is the original leather company.
I've never heard of. Oh yeah, I've never heard of Hobbytown. I've heard of the other hobby store, but not Hobbytown.
Yeah, Hobbytown.
Gotcha. Okay, so there'll be a store within a store, and they're gonna try it out in 100 of the 150 stores.
Well, if you're into radio or into audio of any
and
kind
need
for
some
the home,
cheap gadgets I need a connector for this.
There's nowhere
They're
to go
great.
anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
Because Walmart can't carry all the variety there are anymore.
Oh, not like Radio Shack did.
Like
no,
Radio Shack.
they really did serve a purpose. I'm still kind of surprised they went out of business.
No, it's simple.
They were
didn't.
useful.
Yeah, but they almost had it, and they didn't. They started having a catalog, and you could order out of the catalog, but they never really pushed it. And the other thing was that I think a lot of people didn't like is whenever you went in there, they wanted your phone number and your address so they could send you their mailer. Well, people, when they go in to buy something, aren't in the mood to be sucked dry for information. I got to play this clip because I put it off like 4 times. You know, we talked yesterday about Caitlin Collins being ostracized from the press corps and asking and not admitted when the European Union commissioner and the president spoke on the White House lawn. Well, what was the reason why she was barred was from an earlier, it's not a conversation, so I can't call it that. We'll just play it. Here are the questions that Caitlin Collins asked that got her barred from the White House lawn ceremony yesterday.
Did Michael Cohen betray you, Mr. President?
Thank you, everybody.
Mr. President.
Moving, guys. Let's go.
Did Michael Cohen betray you?
Start moving,
Are you leaning towards tariffs on
Thank
cars,
you, everybody.
sir?
Thank you, everybody.
Mr. President, are you worried about what Michael Cohen is going to say to prosecutors?
Thank you, Caitlin. Let's keep going.
Are you worried about what is on the other tapes, Mr. President?
Thank you all. Let's keep going. Thank you, everybody.
Why has Vladimir Putin not accepted your invitation?
Keep going. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. Come on, guys. Thank you very much.
Why has Vladimir Putin not accepted your invitation, Mr. President?
Let's go this way. Thank you.
And the bottom line is, he didn't answer the question.
No.
Once again,
those exactly those types of questions are going to be on the docket for him for a while now.
No, those are the exact questions that Americans want to hear the answers to.
That's right. And good reporters ask those kinds of questions.
And if that's what's going to get you, and once again, I'm not saying that repeating the same question and yelling it at somebody 4 times in a row is ethical or not ethical. I don't really agree with the approach methodology, but I do agree that those are the questions that the people of America wanted to know yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked the question. I don't think it was that bad. And personally, I think that if you are in a position that you have to answer the questions of the press, you need a little thicker skin than to have something that lightweight bother you. And really, when I stopped and thought about it and heard it again, poor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, which is a sentence I never thought I would put together in my life, she goes through 10 times that every day in her job.
Oh.
If that's what it took to get barred from the morning gaggle,
right,
Sarah would be by herself, because everybody would have been barred from it. Yeah. I mean, that was lightweight stuff.
Yeah, this isn't a game of softball.
But Sarah Sanders puts up with that kind of
every
day. And so for this to get under the skin of somebody enough to say, we don't want them at the press meeting with the guy, was somebody afraid that she was going to yell that stuff again? And yelling might even be extreme. Trying to get your voice heard over other 30 other voices is all that was. Amazing. We're Rod and Ray. We have to step aside for this cause for the pause, and we'll be back with more on
Daybreak USA.
Attention! Sorry I'm talking a little loud because I want to reach people with a hearing problem.
Do you want to hear better for just $299? Yes, not thousands, but for $299. You can hear all the sounds you've been missing for years. Hearing Help Express has been helping people hear better, selling top-quality hearing aids for over 30 years. Now is your best chance to hear better with hearing aids for $299 with our free 45-day home trial offer. And you don't even need to leave your home or get a hearing test. Call now to start your free 45-day risk-free home trial offer. All it takes is a free hearing consultation. Learn how Hearing Help Express can improve the quality of your life with better hearing. Call now.
800-516-7448. 800-516-7448. 800-516-7448. That's 800-516-7448.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now, before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290, 800-965-1290.
The following update is for drivers who pay too much for car insurance due to DUIs, DWIs, tickets, or anything else. Our company specializes in low-cost SR22 auto insurance. We know that mistakes happen and offer free quotes for very affordable auto insurance meant specifically for you, the overpaying high-risk driver. The quote is free, and we'll handle the filing so you can start saving money. Call 800-758-0725. 800-758-0725. 800-758-0725.
Welcome back. Daybreak USA. I am taking over.
What?
I am taking over because I have to.
Okay.
I just can't even go there.
Okay.
But it's 4 minutes before the top of the hour. If you need to be somewhere,
Now
by all
minutes.
means, shake a leg.
Yeah, what do you got?
Yes. 2018 Triple Crown winner Justify has officially been retired because of fluid in his left front ankle. Trainer Bob Baffert said he and the horse's owners couldn't determine if he would be healthy enough to race by the fall, and instead chose to call it a career for the historic horse. He's just not responding quick enough for a fall campaign, Baffert said. We all wanted to see Justify run again, but ultimately it is his responsibility to make sure he's perfect. Without 60 to 90 days, he said he just can't be definite.
Well, first of all, let's be perfectly frank here. When they say it's not the money, it's
always the money.
Yeah. Justify was sold to a bloodstock group that would be a breeding organization in horse race parlance for $100 million. So that piece of horse flesh is worth $100 million.
I haven't heard that term in a while.
If he raced in the fall, it would be to be in the Breeders' Cup Championship, which is a race that the purse is $5 million. That means that if he won that race, a very prestigious race, no question, he would receive $2.5 million. Okay, after shipping him to the race, after paying the jockey, after paying the trainer and everything else, probably clear money from the purse at about $2 million. Okay, the horse is worth $100 million
in
at stud, and this race is worth $2 million. Would you risk $100 million to make $2 million?
No. He'll look just as pretty in the pasture.
And once again, this is a horse that has a lot going for it in the breeding shed because his prodigy have done very well as breeders. Obviously, they bred a Triple Crown winner. And second of all, the fact that this horse, and this is maybe the key, this horse was never defeated on the racetrack. He ends up his career 8 starts, 8 wins. So if he went out and was 50% of himself and got beaten by a nose and became 8 for 9, that hurts his
record, right? His legacy.
We're Rod and Ray. The hour has come and gone way too quickly. We thank you for being there on
Daybreak USA.